Okay. Alright, Sega. You win. You win. You win. I am officially sold on Shadow Generations. But actually, it's Sonic X Shadow Generations. Sonic F that. It's Shadow Generations. That's what we're here for. But anyway, I just wanted to make this video as more of a rundown of everything that's going on with this title. What are all the details? Well, that's what I'm going to explain in this video. Let's get into it. Hold up. Someone just subscribed to the channel. Yo, someone just subscribed to the channel. Hold on, let me see. Mir. Yo, Mir. What's up? Shout out to you. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, by the way. Really appreciate it. But anyway, let's get on to the details. First off, I have to say that I haven't seen this much confidence in a Sonic game since 2017 with Sonic Mania. The reason is that we are getting all of this extra content that I'm going to go over in this video. Hell, even Sonic Frontiers, the latest 3D title, didn't have this amount of confidence as what we are seeing with Shadow Generations. 6 months ago during the announcement trailer, I was actually intrigued when Shadow was going to get his own campaign in the Sonic Generations remaster in more of a 3D world Bowser's Fury style. Seeing the Space Colony arc return along with Black Doom being back in the series again had me intrigued by this campaign. However, I was still cautiously optimistic, but after each trailer showing more and more of the stages, Shadow's abilities, lately with the Doom powers, the more and more excited I am, and I'm here to share this excitement with you. So, let's talk about the story of Shadow Generations. According to the website for Sonic X Shadow Generations, it states that, and I quote, "In this new standalone campaign, Shadow's nemesis, Black Doom, has re-emerged and threatens to take over the world once again. Shadow must journey into his past, confront his painful memories, and unlock new dark powers to save the world." So new dark powers being the Doom powers that we saw from the latest trailer, in one of the shrines where it appears to have his eye and his voice telling Shadow not to deny his fate. Which tells me that Shadow is going to have to deal with the conflict of who he is as the ultimate life form. Specifically the Black Arm side of things. Because if you don't know, during Shadow's creation, Black Doom used some of his DNA, making Shadow part Black Arm's alien. I guess that's why he's giving Shadow these new abilities in the first place, because he wants Shadow to come to his senses to unleash his full potential that he never knew he had, and join the Black Arm's race as one of his soldiers to destroy all of humanity. But here's the thing. Shadow is determined to fulfill the wishes of Maria to protect humanity, not destroy it. So the fact that he's conflicting himself with his darker side is a great way to give Shadow even more character development. And also, like the base Generations, where Sonic is going through his past memories to restore his friends from the white space, this time Black Doom is creating a simulation where he's putting Shadow through all of Shadow's painful memories in forms of the stages such as the Space Colony Arc, Bullet Station, and Kingdom Valley, and boss fights such as the Bio Lizard, and most recently shown, Metal Overlord. So Black Doom seems to be getting revenge on Shadow by pulling the strings on his own, right? Well, what if I told you that I have a theory on what the final boss will be like? And not just Black Doom, but 2 other past villains helping him in this plan. It's theory time! So before writing the script, I was messaging my friend Miguel Musnerd, shout out to him by the way, on Twitter, and we were just talking about the trailer, you know, with Metal Overlord returning and all that, but unexpectedly, I might have accidentally predicted how the final boss slash plot twist is going to go during our conversation. So this theory is just going to piggyback off of what I said. So remember back in the Summer Games Fest trailer, during the Shadow Generations portion, we saw the Time Eater and it appears to be in pain and anguish. And it made me wonder, and again, I'm just reaching here, what if Black Doom forced the Time Eater to put Shadow in this simulation? Because it makes sense, right? Since he was the cause for Generations happening in the first place. But wait, that's not all. What about Mephiles? Where does he add up in the equation? I mean, they brought back Kingdom Valley, right? Sonic 06? So it adds up, and Mephiles has some major connection with Shadow. But if you look closely in the open zone white space hub world, you notice this purple and gray ooze in the water, almost identical to Mephiles. I feel like he would have helped Black Doom to alter the future as well. Because in the new trailer, we also saw Chaos Island and Sunset Heights, two environments from Sonic Forces and Sonic Frontiers. Remember, according to Iizuka, Shadow Generations is taking place at the same time as Sonic Generations. But like I said before, the theme of Generations is about going through the past. So why is Black Doom putting Shadow through two stages that hasn't even happened yet, or Shadow haven't experienced yet? Unless he somehow found a way to alter the future. And who could alter the future? Mephiles. This would make the most sense for the final boss to not just be a rematch against Black Doom, but along with the Time Eater and rematching with Mephiles, the three would team up against Shadow, with Shadow going super along with his Doom powers he used throughout the game to use his full power and go all out against the three big bads of the campaign. And that is my theory. I would be very surprised if this turned out to be true. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now that we went over the story, what about the gameplay? Well, that's what I'm also going to discuss. The gameplay for Shadow Generations, I have to say that I'm officially sold, for real. This is the most well-designed and recreation of these past environments. For example, with Space Calling Art, there are so many cinematic set pieces that expand on the final chase stage in Sonic Adventure 2. There's this one segment where the missile shoots out and Shadow does a chaos control to kick the missile out the way. Now I understand that most people don't like the QTE segments in Sonic games because they break the pace of the game, but me personally, I don't mind it too often. And the fact that Black Doom warps the stage to transition to a more corrupted Radical Highway is insane. Now the question is that if he does this for all of the stages, because according to the latest trailer, it looks like the corrupted Radical Highway stage but in the daytime. But I don't know, I guess we'll have to wait and see. This has to be the most open and aesthetically beautiful boost game in a while. Even Cyberspace and Sonic Frontiers wasn't like this. What the hell? This is an example of nostalgia done right. Nostalgia in Sonic games were never the issue, but the fact that we were seeing the exact same three aesthetics almost every game after 2011 was getting tiresome. I mean, they brought back freaking Bullet Station. How many times have we saw Bullet Station? Once. How many times have we saw Green Hill? 5 freaking times. But in all seriousness, it's nice to see stages like Kingdom Valley return. It's nice for SEGA and Sonic Team to bring Sonic 06 into the light again and not be ashamed of it. And seeing Sunset Heights again from Sonic Forces is a treat to see as well. And Chaos freaking Island, oh my god. Now I've just been talking about the environments themselves. What about the controls and level design? Well, from what we saw, I just have to say, it's great to see alternate pathways return in 3D Sonic. Seeing all these pathways that you can do to complete the stage faster is something that Sonic games are known for, and Shadow Generations have that. But that's not all. The Doom powers that I mentioned earlier isn't just for Shadow to look badass, but could be a great asset to those alternate pathways. Doom Spears, Doom Blast, Doom Morph, and the Doom Wings are great ways to expand on Shadow's moveset in terms of gameplay and reaching alternate pathways. During the part of the Sunset Heights stage in the trailer, there are 2 tunnels, one on top and one on the bottom. Instead of taking the bottom route, it showcased Shadow using Doom Blast to launch one of the enemies into the top tunnel. And the unique thing about Doom Blast I just found out is that Shadow can teleport in the same spot where the enemy landed. That can open up to some major speedrunning opportunities. And the same thing with the Doom Wings, where you can skip some of the extra platforming as well. Like Generations, the boss battles are looking to be redefined, because the Bio-Lizard boss battle looks amazing. And Metal Overlord, come on. The white space open zone hub world looks like it's going to be fun. They are taking the right things from Sonic Frontiers and incorporating it into this hub world. If they are going this hard for the hub world, imagine what the next open zone game will be like. Now that we covered the story and the gameplay, I'm going to cover some of the extra content that SEGA provided for the marketing to hype up this title. The most obvious being the 3-episode online anime for Sonic X Shadow Generations Dark Beginnings. We saw a preview of it during the Anime Expo event, and what can I say, it's peak. Kirk Thornton and Stephanie Shea are putting their all into this. I'm still surprised that they got the voice actress of Sailor freaking Moon to voice Maria. It's insane. This miniseries seemed to be showing us the events of what happened 50 years ago on the Space Colony arc before the Gun Soldiers. They brought back Emerald, emerald for a story purpose, and it showcased the Gizoid infiltrating the art during this time period. It's really going all into Shadow's backstory and how we are seeing everything played out in motion. Whereas before we would get some slight hints, but we never really fully get to see it in motion. This miniseries is shaping to do that by showing us the why. Animation looks amazing, the music score is emotional, and can I say that I'm glad Kirk is finally bringing his full potential with bringing this character to life once more. In terms of characterization during the 2010s for Shadow, Sonic Forces really was the best we've seen for Kirk's portrayal of Shadow, but since his Forces, people seem to overlook that. But now with Shadow Generations, this is a chance for Kirk to bring out what made Shadow so special to us in the first place. Even though he's not my favorite Shadow voice actor, I prefer Jason Griffith's voice better, Kirk Doran is far from a bad Shadow voice actor. I'm gonna let him cook on this because so far, this is his best portrayal yet. Also, Team Dark is back. We love to see some Team Dark. Not only we have an anime series, but a Shadow the Hedgehog manga being published on September 13th by Kuro Kuro Comics. It would be a serialized story centered around Shadow. The artwork for this manga looks absolutely phenomenal. Shadow looks so clean in this art style, especially with this shot right here. Fun fact, I currently have this image as my home screen on my phone, so just throwing it out there. I'm most definitely reading the issue when it releases. Hopefully there will be an English translation, but I'm really excited for it. I'm just happy that the Sonic series is branching into more Japanese media ever since Sonic Frontiers. I know this is minor, but I wanted to talk about the collector's edition for the game. This reminds me a lot of when SEGA did this for Sonic Mania. I can't stress this enough, the amount of confidence they have with this title. The collector's edition comes with the box of the Japanese cover, the game of course, a Dreamcast jewel case, a CD album of the soundtrack, child figurines which look cool by the way, an art book, Sonic and Shadow shoe keychains, a steelbook of the cover, and the big boy, the Sonic and Shadow Dreamcast statue. This is more than the Mania Collector's Edition. Let's see how much this costs. Jesus Christ! $249.99? Look, listen. I love Sonic, alright? But I'm not finna drop $250. I'm not finna drop $250 for the collector's edition. But hey, if you're a collector, then this is for you. I'm just happy to see a collector's edition again for a Sonic title. And that's pretty much all of the things that we have for Shadow Generation so far. I'm just happy that I can be super hyped for a Sonic game again. This new era for the series is looking bright. The first step was Sonic Frontiers. This feels like a second step for something greater to come for the series. If SEGA and Sonic team can keep this momentum going, then I have no doubt in my mind that the Sonic series can move forward. Because like Sonic himself, he always keeps moving forward. With that being said, have a good day, have a good night, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace!